Okay, let's start with around the waist. We're going to go 30 seconds each way. Today's a kettlebell ab routine, so I'm going to take you through it. It's going to be about 25 minutes worth. It's a really good workout to really get all the muscles and abdominals. Series exercises standing first before we hit the floor and do our lower abdominal work. We have 15 seconds left in around the waist. Five seconds. Okay, I'm going to change into a figure eight now with a squat. So as you go into a squat, we're going to pass it underneath the legs. Try and draw a figure eight every time you squat. Straight up in the air. Take that weight off that same side leg, arm up to balance. Focus on stabilizing with this glute. As we bring it in, press up and just light tap on the ground. Really good frontal plane exercises to get all those muscles to be working. Think about this glute stabilizing. Just trying to get it to wake up, and also think about our obliques on this side. Really contracting and pushing with the shoulder on the way up. High windmill next. I'm going to turn our feet away from the kettlebell, just to my right. Hand on the inside as we hip hinge. Look at the kettlebell, feel that stretch in that front hamstring, and also activating through these obliques. You can see these movements a little bit slow, because it is a warm-up, getting ready for our abdominal workout. fudging angle. Soft knee, push your bum backwards, stretch that hamstring, and pushing up through that heel. One more. And change. So now we're going to do some snatches on the other side. So hinge from the hips, up over the head, land into the snatch position, push your bum backwards as we go into the next one, and then into a snatch. Next one, I'm going to do some side bends to really warm up the lower back and the obliques. As we think about side bending, stretch to your obliques and your lower back and come back to the middle. And the other side, also think about pushing your hips the opposite way, just to get that stretch just in the upper half. Bringing your rib down to the hip, straight. Okay, and on the floor for our last two warm-ups. So, going to go into a weighted bridge. So kettlebell stretching into the lower abdominals. Shoes underneath your knees. Pick up and squeeze. Squeeze your bum, hold for a second, come back down. And we're going to push back up. Let's go for 60 seconds. exercise is just a plank, a high plank with hands on the kettlebell. So turn the kettlebell over, make sure your wrists are stacked right underneath your shoulders, and we're just holding with a straight spine. Done. We are now going to move on to 90 seconds on each exercise, so grab a quick sip of water and let's come back. Okay, so first movement is a reverse crunch. You're going to put your kettlebell as an anchor. Some angles here are crucial, so we want to make sure we have about 90 degrees with the legs. But just try and keep that as much as you can. Just think about the lower abs coming up and trying to bring that legs up, and then as you come back down, keeping in mind that we're not going past this 90 degrees to engage hip flexors. We're just thinking about lower abdominals, so you draw your belly button down towards your spine and just raise, using that kettlebell as an anchor. It's trying to think about that you're really not reducing this gap between your knees and your chest. You're trying to bring your knees to your chest. Just keep on focusing on lower abdominals, going up. That's why I call it a reverse crunch. You're literally reverse crunching your abdominals from lower abs, upper abs. So we're going to think about doing is pressing the kettlebell straight up in the air. Then we get our shoulder blades off the ground. One leg comes off. We're going to go back down and we're going to alternate legs. Let's do 20 reps and take a 5-second break. 3, 4. Relax. Let's relax for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do another 20. Contract those abs as you come up. Really get the leg about 90 degrees. Break. I'm just going to go for about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alternate legs. 6 more seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Kettlebell goes up over the head for this double crunch now. And take your legs straight out. So double crunch, we're going to try and keep the back flat onto the ground. You can just for a second hover that kettlebell straight on top of the knees. Come back out, stretch. Let's try for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. seconds. Again. 3, 2, 1. Good. Resting for about another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. To our half get-ups. Half get-ups are just coming up onto the elbow. So left arm straight up, legs out, just push to that elbow, and let's go 10. 2, 3, 5-second break. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Rest those arms this time. Go up again in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same side. Change to the other side. Let's kettlebell straight up, legs are straight. Right on that elbow, digging into the ground. Here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1, and again. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last set. Let's even it out. This is 8 reps. This is 6. And rest. Okay. Rest the kettlebell on the chest. We're going to get some side crunches next. So we're going to try and have our shoulder blades resting off the ground as we think about that rib to hip. We're going to try and get about 40 or 50 in a row. So let's contract those abdominals. Think about rib to hip, rib to hip, rib to hip, without rotating, hip to side to side. That's 10, let's get 50. 20. 30. 5-second break. This time we'll come up and try and get 40. In 3, 2, 1, contract, and go. where your heel taps and kind of go side to side. It's essentially that movement with a kettlebell on your chest. Let's go up again, contract, and think about that movement. Let's go for another 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. So next one's our side to side rotations. So try not to get load up the obliques. So as I take my legs to the left, take the kettlebell out to the right, think about just resting my right elbow onto the ground, come back to the middle, doing your best to keep that back flat as you alternate. Feel that stretch, but then you also want to feel the recruitment of the obliques. Back to the middle again. Kettlebell goes one way, legs go the other. Passes now, so it's best to have obviously a nice upright posture. Don't lean back too much because you want to try and last 90 seconds on this. So chest is up, and just passing the kettlebell from hand to hand. Try not to lean back too much. Yes, you do want a slight, maybe 5 or 10 degree lean back to get some more core engagement, but if you lean back too far, we won't last this 90 seconds. Just try and keep that technique. Obviously, the more air time the kettlebell gets, the more strain there is on the abdominals and the shoulders. So if you want to do it, you can just do smaller passes, which is a little bit easier, or we can try and get some air time and wider passes. We still have 50 seconds to go. It's about 100 or so passes. 5 seconds, 3, 2, and relax. Next I want you to do is put one hand on the kettlebell, other hand's gone on the outside. This time we'll try and get a little bit more of a lean back as we rotate from side to side. And let's get 20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Right, and just change hands, just equal this out of it all, change hands, and let's go. About a 20, bring the other hand through, sitting back, 20. We do have another 20 seconds. A quick break, let's go over here and last one through. We've got 15 seconds, might as well move it for 15 seconds. Just keep that up, slight lean back, rotating. 8 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so last one of our 90-second rounds. Before we move on to a little bit of the finisher, just going to do what I call a hover crunch. So this time legs are straight. Tap that kettlebell up over the ground. Bring the kettlebell up over, trying to use as much abs as you can. Your upper abs are going to come over, and just using your upper abs to hover just over your hips. Drop your shoulder blades down, stretch the abs out again, keeping your back nice and flat, recruit with those upper abdominals, and hover. Let's go a little bit faster as we stretch, crunch, and hover. The lower you go to the hips, the more shoulders and upper abdominals it's going to recruit. So really think about just hovering just over your hips there. Stretch, recruit, hover. Last little bit of the 90-second rounds. I'm going to change the time over to 60 seconds on each side. So we have our full get-ups on one side, full get-ups on the other, side plank each side, and then we're going to try and finish another plank on the kettlebell. So this one should be about 10 reps, each side of our full get-ups. So just aim for that. So we're going to use that hand again. So abs are fatigued, so what we're going to do, elbow to hand, and then use those abs on the way out. Elbow to hand, so using that elbow then the hand, ensures that you're getting some of the blade development on one side rather than just making it a full repetitive exercise. Make sure you're getting those obliques. Straight up, use your elbow to your hand, and let's go 13. Last ones we have, we're just going to do a side plank each side now. You can go 60 seconds straight if you want. I could do about 20 or 30 seconds or so and just relax. Take a 5-second break just to make sure we're getting that right recruitment of all the muscles. So shoes on top of each other, over underneath that shoulder, just pick up in a nice straight line and hold. Think about this glute medius doing a lot of work. The shoe on the bottom's doing a lot of work, keeping that shin off the ground, and obviously our obliques on this side. Just focus on those contractions, especially when you're trying to contract those muscles nice and hard. Focus on about 20 or 30 seconds and resting for about 5 to make sure we get that right recruitment. Your legs should be locked out. Really focus on this oblique and this glute on this side. So that's halfway there. Take a little break in about 10 because then you'll start to feel the wrong muscles start to kick in. You can go for 60 seconds straight if you like. I'm going to rest right now. Even though I'm not tired, I just have to recruit on those right muscles. Maybe palpate those, pick up and contract. So we can just focus on that muscle. There's only 12 seconds left. Now I can really start to feel that burn. And also because I took that break to really get recruitment. Let's try the other side, same thing. Check that alignment, shoes on top of each other, go underneath that shoulder, and pick up and hold. Work those legs, shoes to the ground. Breather. Again, focusing on driving up through those shoes. Get get those obliques, get those glutes. Let's hold this last 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay, our last one's going to be an advanced plank hold with the kettlebell. So what we're trying to do is we're going to turn the kettlebell upside down, so we're going to balance on the handle. I think it takes a lot of concentration for this last minute. So you get one leg up, then the other one, and just focus on those abdomen. Shoulder blades are back and down, abs are tight, legs are switched on. Concentrate and hold. And there you have it. It's a nice little continuous ab routine. Hope you like it.